Okay, so this is a demonstration video for all of you using the CTrader platform. Very similar to the MT4 platform, but some slight differences. So I'm going to talk you through those differences, and again to bring you up to speed with using it and to give you the confidence to use it. But as I mentioned to the guys learning the MT4 platform, the best way to really solidify your learnings is to open up a demo account, get playing around with it, play some trades, take them off, adjust your stop losses, etc, etc. But let's go through the 10 points that I want to go through that I feel you need to know in order to get yourself fully set up in a similar way to what we're seeing here. So first and foremost is the color scheme. Again, similar right click functionality on the chart will give you the ability to then drop down to color options. When you scroll across, you have the ability to then select your background color, foreground color, grid, period separators, the bull outline, the bear outline, the bull fill, the bear fill. Again, you don't really need to know too much about these, but if you want to have your charts looking very similar to mine, then all you need to do now is copy and adjust your colors to what you're seeing here. So a white background, black foreground, no grid, black bull outline, black bear outline, green for the bull candles, red for the bear candles. Once you've done that, you will notice that your chart color changes. Again, it's always useful to use a template. So if we open up a new chart and we haven't got our color scheme, we can quickly adjust that. So to save your template, right click again, go to template and go across to save template. That's where you can just pop your own name in, click on save, and that will keep or will remember the name of your template. So when you come onto a new chart, such as $yen, we notice that it's got a black background. I want to bring it back to my color scheme. So how do I do that? I right click, I go back to template, and I click on a previous template that I've saved, which is Tom, and that brings me back to my color scheme. So that's how we save our template, and that's how we add a template to a new chart. How do we add a new chart? Well, as you've just seen there, very easy. If you click on this plus sign here, it will add a new chart, and then you can select from a drop down of currencies. So very easy to add a number of different charts along the top, so you can flick between them very time efficiently. In regards to what time frame to trade off, again, time frame doesn't really matter when trading the news. However, again, I like the hourly chart. So in order to select a different time frame, all you need to go is to this little box here, which says H1 at the minute, and then that will drop down all of the different time frames you can select from. I personally like the hourly chart, so I'm going to click on the hourly chart, and that will then realign my chart so every candle represents an hour's worth of movements in the exchange rate. So that's how you flick between the time frames, but again, the time frame that you execute a trade off is irrelevant when trading the news. In regards to getting one-click trading, i.e. when you click the button you go into the market very quick and effectively. It's slightly different to the MT4 platform. You'll notice up here there's a little hand. That little hand is currently set to single click, meaning that when I click on a trade or I go into a trade, I only need to click the button once and it gets me into the trade very quickly. Now, you do need to remember to be careful with that because you don't want to be getting into trades at the wrong time or by accident, so just be cautious with that. However, when you are trading the news, we know how important it is to get the most efficient entry into the market, so one-click trading for me is ideal. How you do that, if you've not automatically set to one-click trading, is just left-click on it, and you'll notice you flick through several options. When you see the one green tick, it means that you've got one-click trading. For those of you a bit nervous or have got a shaky hand, then you may want double-click trading, which is the two ticks, meaning that when you go into a trade, you have to click it twice to go into it. I'm going to set it to 1 because that's what I personally like. And now I've got one-click trading sorted. Now, before we go into a trade, remember we always need to set our trade size or our position size. Again, go through the risk management section to understand that. How we do that? Well, on the chart that I'm on, if you hover over the sell price or the buy price, you'll notice that it brings up a drop-down box. It's here that you put your volume in or your units in, because remember, CTrader is in volume or units. not in lots like we saw with MT4. But again, remember, the online calculator will help you work out how many units. All you do is copy that number from the online calculator and pop it into the box here. You've also got a drop down where you can select from a variety of different things, but the copy and paste works a little bit easier for you. So you pop that in, and now you know that you've got your risk management or your trade size spot on based on your calculations. So that's where you put your trade size in. Now, in regards to execution, a similar process. We've got the two prices. We've got the best price to sell at and we've got the best price to buy at. So again, remember, when we go into a trading event, we know the direction we want to trade on a particular currency pair if the news comes out in a certain way. So we will already know the direction, so it's just a matter of pulling the trigger at the point that that news comes out and meets our preset criteria, i.e. our plan comes together because the news does as what we expect. So when we get that, again, I'm just going to take a buy trade in this particular example. It's not a real trade, it's just to show you the execution on the CTrader platform. So I've already done my homework, I've created my trading plan, the news comes out, it's good, and I'm going to buy dollar yen. So I click on buy, it's one-click trading, and that has put me into the trade. Now notice that it's automatically put my target 80 pips above and my stop loss 80 pips below. You're probably thinking, well, how did it work that out? Well, I've preset it to work that out. So how you do that is you go up to this little hand here, which says Order Execution Settings. Click on that, and it gives you the ability, it says Quick Trade Execution Settings. This is what's really useful about this particular platform, is it gives you the ability to put your stop loss in and your take profit in at a certain level of pips. So every time you take a trade, it'll know where to put your stop and where to put your target. So that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So preset that before you take a trade. Click on this little hand here which says Order Execution Settings, left click, and then enter 80 pips here for your stop loss and 80 pips for your target. That means you don't have to worry about putting your stop or your target on because it'll automatically be done at the point that you execute the trade. Now, in regards to moving your stop loss, remember we've got to manage the trade. So the first management technique is if our trade goes 40 pips to our target or halfway, we will then move our stop loss to break even. So notice here where I hover over this SL, which stands for stop loss, you can hold your left cursor down and start to move it. So you can then put it to break even very, very easily in a similar fashion to what you learnt on the MT4 platform. I'm going to pop it back into position, so 80 pips, but that's how you will drag your stop loss into position or to at least break even when the trade has gone 40 pips in your direction. Now, what about the second management technique of closing a position if it hasn't gone 40 pips in your favor or hasn't gone and stopped you out for 80 pips? So if the trade just really hasn't gone anywhere and it's stagnating and it's not done as you expect, we really just want to cut that and move on to the next opportunity. So how do you cut it? Well, if you hover over the actual entry price, you'll notice that you've got a little X here. That means that if you click on that X, you will close this position. Also down at the bottom here, which shows me visibility of the trade that I've just taken, I've also got a little box there which says close. So if I click on that, it will close the trade, or if I click on this little X here, it will close a trade. So I'm going to close the trade just like this by clicking. Remember, I've got one-click trading and my trade has gone. As you can see, it's rapid, so fast in terms of getting in and getting out, which we know is massively important in terms of maximizing our gains on the trade. So the FX Pro CTrader is a very, very fast platform, slightly faster than your MT4. The only downside with the CTrader platform is you are charged a small commission. You're not charged the commissions on the MT4 platform, but you get slightly larger spreads. So there is pros and cons to both, and my suggestion is always go with the platform that you're most comfortable with. Have a play with both. Download the demo accounts of both, have a play with both, and see what your preference is. But they're both very, very fast. The MT4 platform has slightly larger spreads, but no commissions. The CTrader obviously has the commissions, but very, very low spreads. So there's pros and cons to both. So that really brings you up to speed on the CTrader platform. The other video that I've done as well prior to this was the MT4 platform. So if you haven't checked that out yet, go and have a look at that. and get stuck in. Go away, have a practice, get brilliant at using this platform, because you want to be confident at placing trades, because confidence equates to speed of execution, and speed of execution equates to greater profits. So I'm going to wrap up there and catch you on the next video.